Welcome back to Puckett Fieldhouse. Charlie Brown along with the men's game coming up now. Central Methodist and Park. Park comes in 4-4 in overall and 4-4 in conference play. Eagles come in 6-8 overall, 3-6 in the Heart. So we're just getting everything squared away to get you starting lineups and all this. And I will tell you that these two teams played earlier this year, and Park was an 84-61 victor over the Eagles. A couple of new faces for the men as well, as we will get that off. And get your scoreboard up so you can see it. Talking about COVID and then quickly leaving, and don't congregate to talk once the game is over. Get out and meet up with your son in this ball game somewhere else. So anyhow, starting lineups for Park University. A 6-foot senior from Harlem, New York, Rodriguez Marthone. A 6'6 senior from Rochester, New York, Corey Reeves, number 4. Number 5, Quez Williamson, 6'3 senior from Brandon, Massachusetts. Number 23, a 6'6 senior from Detroit, Michigan, Ernest Miles III. And number 32, a 6'7 sophomore from Santa Cruz do Sul, Brazil, Augusto Hausman. For the Eagles, their starting lineup, number 10, Trent Lyles, a 6-foot sophomore guard out of Sedalia, Missouri. Amir Pettiford, a 6'3 junior guard from Newark, New Jersey. Jonathan Brown, number 20, a 6'3 sophomore guard from London, England. Fodi Kamara, a 6'6 senior forward out of Queens, New York. And Chandler Bevins, a 6'7 junior from Cahokia, Missouri. Those will be your starters once we get to that point, as I need to go in and make a quick change because I misspelled somebody's name in the starting lineup, and I don't want that to cause a problem. And maybe I didn't misspell it. It's hard to tell. I don't think so. So we're 2:19 away. Leading scorers for the two teams. Far Park, Rodriguez Marthone is their leading scorer at 19.3. Quez Williamson, 17.6. Ernest Miles III at 12.8. Corey Reeves, 12 points even. And Augusto Hausman at 8 points per ball game. They're starting 5. They average 78 points per ball game and give up 78 points per ball game. For the Eagles, they are led by Kyle McDermott, 13.6 points per ball game. Chandler Bevins, 12.9 per game. Fodi Kamara, 10.8 per ball game. And then Amir Pettiford, 6.1. And Trent Lyles at 5.9 are their starters. The Eagles score 69 points a game and give up 69 points a game. So you can see why the two teams are kind of treading water as we go along. So we're almost set to go. The horn's going to blow here in just a second. And we'll be under a minute to go in the warm-up period, and then we'll have probably pregame prayer, maybe the national anthem. They've already played it for the women's game, which was won by Central. by the score of 93-67 over Park. So we'll see how this shakes out here in just a second or two. Looks like we're going to have a prayer and an anthem because Park coaches are informing their players to line up single file in front of their bench.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
And they're going to do public service announcement.
Matchup between Park University and your Central Methodist Eagles. We ask that all players, coaches, and
They're doing a public service announcement on the benefits of sportsmanship and then the COVID virus protocol as well. And then we'll have a prayer. And they're going to honor Martha Holman, who passed away, great benefactor.
Good evening, everyone. Yesterday, our entire Eagle Nation received some tough news. A lady who we all loved. If you ever met Mrs. Holman, I still have to call her Mrs. Holman. She was someone that she'd put her arms around you and smile and hug you, and it was always a good day. She and her husband, Bill, were probably two of the best fans that our athletic programs could have possibly had. And our men's and women's basketball programs, they treated them unbelievably. The loss of Martha yesterday was something that the people that knew her, it's tough. All you had to do, I know Coach Sherman had a wonderful piece on social media and all of the past players and their comments. All of the things that they did for each one of us, probably the smallest thing they did that our players will remember as much as anything though, they had this exact bag right here. And after every game, they would give our men's and our women's basketball team a blow pop. With one caveat, you had to earn it. You had to win. And if you won, you got a blow pop. And while that may not sound like much, it became a wonderful tradition for all of our athletes to enjoy. So, where we have lost Martha, if we could all bow our heads for a moment of silence, it would be appreciated. So now, as one of the replies to Coach Sherman's post said, Mrs. Holman, go fly like an eagle. Go fly to Bill. Thank you.
So honoring the late Martha Holman, tremendous fan and benefactor of Central Methodist University's basketball programs. We will now see if we're going to get the introduction of the starting players. And it looks like that is how it is going to take place. So let's do this.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for today.
There you go.
First for our guest, Park University Pirates. Starting at guard, number 3, Rod Mathone. At guard, number 4.
Rod Marthone. Corey Reeves, 6'6" senior in Rochester, New Jersey. Quez Williamson, 6'3" senior, Brandon, Mississippi. Ernest Miles III, 6'6" senior from Detroit. Augusto Hausman, 6'7" sophomore from Brazil.
And now, let's meet the starters for your Central Methodist Eagles. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Sedalia.
Number 10, Trent Lyles, 6-foot sophomore from Sedalia, Missouri. Trent Lyles. At a guard, 6'3" junior from Newark, New Jersey. Number 50, Amir Pettiford. a 6'3" sophomore guard from London, England. Jonathan Brown, a 6'6" senior forward from Queens, New York. Fodi Kamara. And a 6'7" junior from Cahokia, Missouri, Chandler Bevins. So I believe, I can be wrong, it happens before. This could be Jonathan Brown. It will be his initial appearance on the home court and could be his initial appearance as an Eagle, because off their stats sheet I got, he is not listed on there anywhere, and I would think if he's a starter and played in a ball game, he would have had some points somewhere, but this will be his. We had a couple of Lady Eagles get their feet wet in the first ball game today. And Darina Bakarova had 24 points in her debut as an Eagle. So Bevins will jump. As I get everything off my screen and get the scoreboard back up like it's supposed to be, and we're underway at 8:04. This is Brown with the basketball. Pettiford. Kamara, just beyond the free throw line, can't get it to go, runs down his own rebound and resets. Brown out by half court. Brown, Pettifor, and Lyles running the offense out on the floor. Bevins at 6'7", picks up a loose ball. Pettiford puts it up, can't get it to go. Kamara with another rebound, 2 offensive rebounds. Another shot at it, knocked away by Reeves, misses the dunk. And Pettifor on the fly on the other end. Lyles, very quick, doesn't score a lot. Brown with a 3 from outside, no good. Reeves with a rebound. Hausman. We get familiarized with the players on the floor. Marthone. Hausman inside. Got Kamara on him. Backs in. Loses control of it. To Miles, back out, 5 on the shot clock, long 3, halfway down and not in. Comes out, and Bevins with a rebound. Lyles looks inside. Bevins going to give him a pick, goes around it. Bevins in the corner, got a smaller man on him now, going to back him in. Bevins in the lane, rises up, jumper good. Chandler Bevins with his first 2. Reeves fires up a 3 and gets it to go. 3-2, 2 minutes into the game. Brown, Jonathan Brown, for those that don't know the name yet, and I don't know it yet. Kamara, Bevins with it. Back to Kamara, who hands it to Pettiford. Down the lane, bumped, can't get it to go. Bevins works hard to get the rebound. Finds somebody outside, that's Lyles. Kamara going to take it to the hoop. Turns, spins, puts it up, can't get it to go. Tips it up and in, Fodi Kamara. His first points, and he's already got about 4 rebounds in this thing. Reeves with it. In the corner, Marthone. Back to Reeves on the right side. Another 3 in the air. Hits that one as well. He's got 6 back-to-back threes for him. Lyles. Kamara. Pettiford. Brown. Lyles. Jump stop. Rises up in the lane. Has his shot partially blocked by Marthone, who's got the ball now. Trying to find a way down the lane. Can't get it to get down the lane. Turns, spins, puts it up, can't get it to go, and he'll be called for a travel, and the ball is knocked over the barricade, and it's behind there, so we'll see if they allow that to stay. Nobody's going to go get it. It's just sitting back there. You got another one at the scorer's table. There it comes in. That one comes in, and they'll take it to the scorer's table and sanitize it. And we're back to action. Lyles almost has it picked away from him. Kamara inside, goes underneath the basket, lays it up and in. Fodi Kamara with 4. To go with his 3 rebounds already. Bevins has got 3 rebounds, and so does Kamara. Marthone. Williamson. Hausman sets a pick. Reeves had it. They need to pay attention. He's got it back. Finally misses a 3. Kamara tips it. It comes down to Lyles, who runs it down the floor. Kamara. Pull it out. Gets it to Brown, who's going to take it down the lane. Bank shot up and in. Jonathan Brown. Sophomore from London, England. International flavor. Reeves to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Bevins gets the tip. Gets the rebound. Kicks it out. 8-6 Eagles. Their first lead. Well, they had a 2-0 lead. Brown looks for Bevins. Can't find it. Inside as Miles does a nice job fronting, keeping the ball away from him. Pettiford now gets to Bevins on the baseline. He likes that shot right there. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. There's Pettiford. Backs in. Puts it up. Fouled. You go to the line and shoot a pair. Amir Pettiford. A 50% free throw shooter is going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul goes on Hausman, his first foul. First free throw, no good. Misses them both. Bevins tips it around, but it ends up in Miles' hands. And he ahead to Marthone. Lead pass, little lob, underneath, put up and in by Williamson. His first 2 points of the ball game, and we're knotted at 8. Bevins inside with room, but the ball gets away from him. Standing on the end line as he tries to save it. And it'll go over to Park on the turnover. Jeff Sherman in his 36th season. Matt Sherman, his assistant head coach. And Brent Shuck, graduate assistant. Jason Klein, the head coach over at Park. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Park. Assistant coaches Andre Williams and B.J. Watson. Number 20, Blake Williams, checks into the ballgame. 6'4" junior out of Phoenix. Marthone. Another long 3 and another 3 hit. Corey Reeves, 9 points, 3 threes. It's a 3-point advantage. Far Park. Brown. Bevins. Kamara. Back to Bevins. Pettiford going to drive the lane. Puts it up. Little scoop. Gets it to go. Off the glass. Pettiford with his first 2 of the ball game. No cheerleaders or much in the way of spectators here. The 2 benches doing most of the cheerleading. Asking for D. Miles back out to Williamson. Down the lane. Kicks it to the corner. Marthone with a 3. He hits it. As Reeves passed it up, and Coach Sherman has seen enough of the 3-point shooting. That's the 4th 3-pointer in the ball game so far. If I can get my stats kind of updated. Park 3 for 5 on threes, and I think it's actually 4 for 6 in 3-point shooting. Eagles are 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 14-10. Same players on the floor as starters. Leading scorer Kyle McDermott has not played yet for the Eagles. Lyles. Kamara. Brown. Check it into the ball game, Jaden McGrew. Ball's on the floor. Finally picked up. No good. And that was DeMarcus Hudson into the game for Park. Missed that one. Brown's going to take it to the hoop. Steps across. Can't get it to go. And Miles comes out with it, and he's going to be called for a travel. Park coach saying he lost control of it. Before he took an extra step, he passed it. Pettiford on the bench right now. That's who McGrew kept checked in for. Kamara baseline jumper too hard, tipped around, and it ends up in Reeves' hands. He brings it up. Marthone pulls it out, takes it to the hoop, can't get it to go. Bevins with a rebound, ahead to McGrew. Bounce pass to Brown, takes it to the hoop, lays it up and in. Nice play. Jonathan Brown, and then they throw the inbounds pass over the head of Marthone. It's out of bounds. It'll be back down on the other end, underneath the central basket. Eagles trail by 2. Kamara got rid of it before he got trapped. McGrew tries to get it inside to Kamara. It ends up on the floor. Out of bounds off of wide as Kamara was touching the out of bounds, the in line as he was reaching in to get the ball. So it will be Park basketball right there. So it is Hudson, Reeves, Williams, Miles, and Jackson on the floor. Baseline to the hoop. Comes up short, and Bevins with another rebound. Miles goes for a steal, doesn't get it, so it's 5-on-4 on this end. Lyles loses control of it and then fouls Marthone. Team foul number 1. Now Kyle McDermott checks in. McDermott averaging 13.6 points per ball game. Shooting 37%, almost 38% from the floor, 31% from the three-point line. This is Reeves. Got 3 threes in the game already. Pulls up inside the three-point line and comes up short. That's what you just need to force him inside the three-point line. 14-12. Brown puts it into high gear, takes it down the lane, and gets it to go. Jonathan Brown. He's got 6 in his inaugural game here at Puckett Fieldhouse. As Reeves fakes a 3 on McGrew. Marthone on the floor, and we'll get a foul, Brown or Bevins. Brown. His first. Quez Williams in. Chris Orozco into the ball game to give Chandler Bevins a break. Marthone out by half-court line. Orozco challenges him. Miles with a 3 won't go. McGrew with a rebound. Orozco, McGrew, Brown. Looks inside to Kamara, doesn't get it to him. McGrew finds his way to the lane, puts it up, left-handed won't go. Spun out. And on the run down, here is a jumper from the baseline, won't go, and Orozco with a rebound. As that was Williamson missing the shot. Brown going to take it to the hoop again. He's going to be fouled on his way there. Jonathan Brown, 6 points in the ball game. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Back of the rim, no good. Houseman back in. Miles out. I think that's Marcus Anthony getting ready to check in for the Eagles. Second free throw good. And it is Anthony. He will check in. Brown will check out with his 7 points and 1 foul. As Marthone brings the ball up the floor. Houseman gets it back. Orozco not giving up much room inside. And Blake Williams takes it to the basket. Fouled on the play. Foul will go. Kyle McDermott. Blake Williams at the line. First free throw of the season for him. Comes up short. If I can read that correctly. And that's what it says. 0 for 0. So now he's 0 for 1. Second one is good. Pressure. McGrew. Kamara. Anthony gets it across. McDermott, 3-point specialist, in the air, rims out no good. Orozco battles for the rebound, gets it and puts it up and in. Chris Orozco. 6'6" junior from Phoenix, Arizona. His first 2 of the ball game. Eagles up by 2, 9:54 to go. Marthone. Into the corner. Puts it up, can't get it to go, and there's Orozco with a rebound, rips it out. McGrew ahead with the ball. Nice pass to Kamara, kicks it to the corner. McDermott backs it up. Anthony's got the 3 look and hits it. Marcus Anthony. His first points of the ball game, and it's a 5-point advantage for the Eagles. Marthone goes left. Looks inside, gets it back out. This is Williamson. Williams. Hudson back to Williams. Jumper on the way, good. 3-pointer. And a timeout. Called by Park. I'd like to thank our corporate sponsors who make these broadcasts possible for their continued support of CMU Athletics, MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotel, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. 20-18. Anthony, McDermott, McGrew, Kamara, Orozco on the floor for the Eagles. Marthone, Reeves, Houseman, Jackson and Williamson on the floor. Anthony just hit a 3, down the lane, kicks it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Jaden McGrew resets. He's going to take it right down the lane. Drops it off to Kamara. McDermott with 5 on the clock. Can't get it to go. And Miles with the rebound. Marthone. McDermott bumps. Foul will go on Kyle McDermott. That's his second personal foul after only being in for a couple of minutes. 14th foul, and a media timeout is called. So we'll keep it here and Tell you about one of the fine sponsors of CMU Eagle Athletics. Community Auto Sales and Services, a one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, battery, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics. 20-18 in favor of the Eagles. In Park, 4-4, both overall and in league. Eagles 6-8 overall, 3-6 in the league. So both needing a victory pretty badly. Looking around down at the fan base, the ladies are here after their victory a while ago, 93-67 over Park. They're here watching. And they all have their blow pop, courtesy of the late Martha Holman. Nice tradition. Nice of Mike Davis, the coach, to speak on behalf of the university for Ms. Holman. So Marthone will go to the free throw line. Rod Marthone. 3 points in the ball game. He's got a three-pointer. First free throw rims in, front of the rim, back of the rim, and good. 20-19. He can tie it up here with his second throw. Bevins back in the ball game. Kamara out. So they got two bigs on the floor. McGrew. Bevins. Back to McGrew. Across. Here comes the trap. Gets away from it. Gets it to Bevins. He stops for a three. Double bounce on the rim, and that's what kept Anthony from getting it because he was in great position. Miles down the lane, misses, but tipped up and in by Houseman, and leads two for Park now. 8:04 to go. Anthony has hit a three. Passes on it. Brown back in the ball game with his 7 points. Anthony. Orozco going to back in, spin. Spins again, left hand, puts it up and won't go. And Miles with a rebound. There's Miles on the other end. And that'll be Bevins, I think, will pick up that foul. And that'll be his first personal foul. It goes on Orozco, his first instead. So Ernest Miles the third, senior from Detroit, steps to the line, averaging 12.6 per game. Official telling the photographer underneath the backboard to stay from underneath taking pictures. He can go from side to side, but not directly underneath the basket while the game's going on. Second free throw, no good, off the back of the rim. Makes 1 out of 2, and it's a 3-point advantage. Here comes McGrew. Anthony. Throw, and that'll go into the backcourt and go out of bounds. It would have been over and back. Lyles will come in. Anthony will go out. Kamara's going to come back in as well. Bevins checks out. Bevins already with 7 rebounds. Marthone. Reeves. Miles spins twice, can't get it to go. Houseman with a tap at it, couldn't get it in. Orozco ahead to Brown, who's going to take it right to the hoop, lay it up. Misses the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Foul will go on Corey Reeves. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3. Brown 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far. 7 points in the ball game. Nothing but net gets the first one. 23-21. He's got 8 now. Second free throw. Rattles around but falls. 23-22. 9 points for Brown in the ball game. Williamson. Reeves loses his footing but hangs on to the ball. Williamson with it. Going to get a pick from Miles. Gives it to Miles now. Back to Williamson. Hausman. Jump shot. Back of the rim, no good. Hits off the backboard, but no foul, no call on it hitting the top of the backboard. Coach Sherman wanted that call. Marthone with it. Underneath on Orozco. Skips across, no good. Miles with a rebound, but a foul will be called there. Coach Sherman always wants to make sure I say hello to his folks out in Colorado as they're watching their son and grandson coach this Eagle team. Foul goes on Kamara. It's his second. And a 3 from the corner is good again by Reeves. He's got 12. That's 4 threes in the ball game for him. Oh, the foul was on Brown, not Kamara. He's got 2 fouls, and a couple of players sit at the bench ready to come in. Brown goes to the hoop. Can't get it to go as it hits off the side of the rim. Reeves, alley-oop, can't go. Miles with a rebound. Marthone, Williamson, Orozco puts up. Orozco put up some resistance. He's called for the foul, and to the free throw line will go Miles. Orozco's second foul. 3 Eagles ready to check in at the next break. Williamson, 2 points in the game. Make it 3 as he rattles in. Pettiford back in. Bevins back in. Anthony back in. Brown, Orozco, and McGrew check out. Five-point advantage for Park. Make it 6. Pressure coming. Marcus Anthony. Kamara. Lyles almost loses it. Still almost loses it. Now it is lost on the floor. Kamara gets it back and calls a timeout while he's laying on the floor. He had a player he could pass to, but there are plenty of timeouts to be had in this event. So with that, we'll take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
It'll be Park basketball. Oh, Central Methodist basketball right in front of the Park bench. Pettiford, Kamara, Bevins, Lyles, and Anthony. Here comes jump press. Kamara, Anthony in the corner. They're going to double team every chance they get and knock the ball away. Pettiford, Bevins, puts it up and in. Chandler Bevins, he's got 4 in the ball game. They're doing a jump trap every time somebody gets the ball. Somebody's running at them and trying to trap and get the ball out of their hands. Reeves with Pettiford on him. Around the corner, leaves Reeves in the corner. Marthone straight up 3, going to be no good. Tipped around, Kamara over the back. And the Eagles are already over the limit, and that will send Miles his first, but that will send Miles to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. It's a 1-and-1. They're saying 2, but it's a 1-and-1. Official, it's 1-and-1. Stay legal. Don't push. Miles, a 68% free throw shooter, and of course misses the first one. Kamara with a rebound. This is Pettiford. Anthony in the corner. Nice pass to Bevins underneath. Chandler Bevins lays it up and in, and it's down to a 2-point Park lead. Bevins with 6 in the ball game now to go along with his 7 rebounds already. Trent Lyles guarding Marthone. Around, into the corner. 3 on the way by the man who's been hitting threes all night long. I don't know why you'd leave Corey Reeves alone. He's got 15 points. That's 5 3-point shots. He is 5 of 6 from the 3-point line. Lyles from the corner. Top of the backboard, no good. Williamson with a rebound. Anthony. Reeves. Sub getting ready to come in for Park. Williamson in the corner. Marthone. Hausman pick. Bevins tries to slow Marthone down. Can't. Goes around and comes back out. Kamara corrals it. Tips it to Lyles, and there's a foul in the backcourt. And that foul goes on Reeves, and that's his second personal foul. He's got 15 of their 31. We'll see if he's the one who leaves. That's only team foul number 4. It is not. Miles leaves. Blake Williams into the game. And Hudson in. And we'll see who. And Reeves will lead. And the official tells the substitutes don't just walk on the floor. Go to the scorer's table and get checked in. 3:45 to go, opening half. 5-point advantage for Park. Reeves, or Lyles to Kamara. Anthony with a 3, going to take it down the lane, loses the control of it, gets it back, going to have to get out of the lane. Does, gets it out to Pettiford. Kamara spins, tries to find his way to the hoop, turns around and finds an open lane right to the basket. Split the defense. Hausman tries to draw a charge in the backcourt. Williamson from the corner, a 3 on the way, and good. I'm going to look and see what they are. 7 of 10 from the 3-point line. That's a pretty good average. That's 70%. Even my math catches up with that. 6 points. Kamara. Pettiford. He's got a 3 in the air, no good. Tipped around. Hausman with the ball. Ahead it comes to Marthone, who's going to take it to the hoop. Fouled, scores, and the basket counts. And Pettiford, I believe, will pick up the foul. Marthone. He's got 7, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Pettiford goes out with his first foul. Bevins back in. Austin Fisher into the ball game for the first time, and Fisher averages 6.5 points a game. Marthone cannot convert the 3-point play. It's an 8-point advantage, biggest lead for Park in the ball game. That's Fisher. I want to say Rivers, Austin Rivers. I know that's not right. That's Fisher. And a travel called. A little bit of a delayed call while the official processed that information. And the Park head coach, Jason Klein, helped him. Marthone. Hudson. Alley-oop from behind, laid up and in by Hudson. DeMarcus Hudson with his first basket. Nice alley-oop, and it's stretched out to 10. Bevins with some room inside. Kamara's got it. Going to weave his way to the hoop. Kicks it out. Anthony with another 3 on the way. Rims out, no good. Bevins tips it. Lyles gets it. Can't make it. Bevins tips it again, but it ends up this time in the hands of Park. Here comes Marthone. And a blocking foul is called on Marcus Anthony as he went down and grunted. his first. We're in a double bonus now. Marthone with 7 points, and he's got 2 free throws coming his direction. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. First one is good as it rattles in. Down 11. Nice run here for Park. We have a double technical foul. Fisher gets a technical. And Williamson gets a technical foul. That's Williamson will count as a personal foul against him, and that will count as a personal foul against Fisher. McDermott back in the ball game with his 2 fouls. Brown back in with his 2 fouls as Coach Sherman sees a 12-point deficit. Going to have to get scorers back on the floor. So Lyles, Kamara, and Bevins are the other factors involved here. Bevins has post up inside, can't get it. The ball gets it outside. There goes McDermott down the lane. Ball goes off of his hands, picked up by Park, and here they come with 1:23 to go in the first half. Hudson. Back to Marthone. Also in the ball game is Ricard Baptiste. Marthone through, over Bevins, puts it up and in. Easy enough. 11 points for Marthone. And the lead swells to 14. That's been an issue. Central goes cold at some point in the ball game. Doesn't score for a while and digs themselves into a deep hole. Brown going to try and figure out how to get there. Loses a handle on it. Baptiste takes it away from him. $14-point advantage with 30 seconds to go. 18 on the shot clock. 10 fouls called against the Eagles so far. 5 called against Park. Lyles in the corner. Marthone to the hoop. Kicks it out. Underneath. Put up. Can't get it to go. As Miles battles. Marthone from the corner. 3. He's got 14, and it is going to be 45-28 at the half. So 45-28 is your halftime score. As the Eagles go cold at the end and go about 3 or 4 minutes without scoring in the last part of that first half. And they fall behind, and they're down 17 at the half. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with some stats for you when we come back from this break here on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll have halftime stats plus individual scoring when we come back.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Back at halftime. Park with a 45-28 advantage over Central. Scoring in the ball game for Park. Corey Reeves with 15. Rod Morthone with 14. 4 points for Blake Williams. 7 points for Quez Williamson. And 2 points for Augusto Hausman. And 2 points for DeMarcus Hudson. For the Eagles, they are led by Jonathan Brown with 9. 6 points for Fody Kamara. 6 points for Chandler Bevins. 3 points for Marcus Anthony. 2 points for Amir Pettiford. And 2 points for Chris Orozco. Going to look real quick at my halftime because they've just updated stats even more than what I already had them. So I am trying to get that updated for you while we're doing all of this. Put those up on the screen for you right now for you to look at, and you'll see why the numbers are the way they are. Park with a 17-point advantage. Field goal percentage-wise, 42.4% for Park, 37.5%. For the Eagles, free throw-wise, Park 66.7% free throw, the Eagles 50%. Now here comes a big number for you. 3-point shooting, Park. 3-point shooting, 9 of 13 for 69.2%. Eagles 1 for 9 for 11%. Eagles out rebounding Park 24-19. Of those rebounds, 8 are offensive for Central, 5 for Park. And the other number that you need to pay attention to is the turnover number. Central with 9 turnovers, Park with only 3. Central with 11 fouls in the first half, team-wise, 5 fouls against Park. So those are the numbers. The 3-point shooting number and the turnover numbers are the ones that are up on the screen that you need to pay attention to that would indicate how things tend to be going here. So we'll get those off the screen. We'll get the scoreboard back up so you can see where we're at with all of. There it comes back up. So we've still got 8 minutes plus to go. The next set of ball games for Central Methodist, as I look at my schedule, on the 9th, they are at Benedictine. This being a Wednesday, that would be Saturday for a 2 o'clock women's game, 4 o'clock game. And then the next home game would be on the 13th, which is a week from today. That would be Mount Mercy in town, 5:30. Neither team back out yet as we've got just under 5 minutes to go. And want to make sure we thank our corporate sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. And if you live around the Fayette Central Methodist communities, Airlink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider, family-owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Are you interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all of your internet needs. Both sides back out now. We're going to take another quick break. Not a quick one. We're going to take a little bit longer break, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Yeah, make it a minute. We'll run a couple of 30-second ads, and then we'll be back with the start of the second half here from Puckett Fieldhouse.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
(45-28) at halftime. Park pulling away at the end of the first half to a big lead. Eagles are going to have to work on getting the deficit down to a manageable number, which would be single digits, and they'll need to do that in the first 7 or 8 minutes of this half to be able to work their way all the way back. For the Eagles, their leading scorer on the season is Kyle McDermott, and he has no points in this ball game. Bevins has got 6. Kamara's got 6. They both average 12 and 10 respectively. Brown, in his first start here at Puckett Fieldhouse, has 9 points, so that's a plus, but not nearly enough firepower so far for the Eagles. Coach Sherman's going to have to figure out how to defend the three-point line, because 9 of 13 from the three-point line is an amazing number that Park is shooting from the three-point line. They're shooting better from the three-point line than they are otherwise. They're 9 of 13. They're 5 of 20 inside the three-point line. So we're down underneath a minute to go. The horn's going to sound soon, and we'll be back with second half action going here on the Eagle Sports Network. We've got more basketball coming your way. A week from tonight, Mount Mercy will be in town. And then after Mount Mercy is here, the next Saturday, Evangel is in town for a 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock double dip. We are just about set. Clock's running down to 6. You see it there. It will be Park basketball, it appears, when we get back to action. I'm observing social distancing. I'm the only one in press row right now. So I've got, I don't have anybody within. I have a cameraman in front of me about 10 feet in front down below. Left and right, I don't have anybody in sight. So if my wife is listening, I'm socially distanced, hon. 20 on the clock. We're ready to go. Second half. It's Marthone, Reeves, Williamson, Miles, and Hausman, the original starters for Park. On the court for Central, McDermott, Lyles, Brown, Kamara, who's got the rebound there, and Bevins. Lyles, Brown. First shot missed by Park. That's a good sign. Fody Kamara. McDermott, that's off. As it hits the front of the rim, hits the side. Down on the floor, but getting up is Marthone. Gets it ahead to Miles. Takes it to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Tipped up. Can't get it to go. That's Marthone, one of the smallest people on the floor. And he's fouled. Marthone at 6 feet. Fouls on Lyles, his second personal foul. Marthone to the free throw line, where he is 4 for 5 in the ball game. They get 5 for 6, 8 for 12 as a team, now 9 for 13. As Reeves comes off the free throw line to go stand by Brown, it looks like that's his defensive assignment for this period is to shadow and keep the ball out of Jonathan Brown's hands. Kamara, McDermott. There's Brown with the ball. Lyles, back to Brown. Kamara wants the deal. Lyles stops. Brown rises for a three and hits it. Jonathan Brown with 12 now in the ball game. Yeah, Brown didn't find a man right away, and Reeves is the guy he better find because Reeves is the one with all the three-pointers. There's Miles, puts it up, scores, and he's fouled. Corey Reeves, 5 for 6 from the free throw from the three-point line, 0 for 4 from inside of the three-point line. Ernest Miles, the third. Foul was on Kamara, his second. Miles makes it. He's got 4 points in the ball game. And the lead is 19. Lyles. Trying to get it to Bevins. McDermott. Brown rises for another three. That one doesn't go. Nice block out by Hausman. Kept Bevins away from it. Miles with it. Hands it off. Marthone. Still with the ball. Jumper from the free throw line. Hits it. He's got 18 in the game. He's the leading scorer on the floor for either side. McDermott. Lyles. Marthone went for the steal, didn't get it. Lyles pulls up, jumper won't go. Reeves with a rebound. 21-point deficit. Here comes Marthone down the floor. Takes a couple of hop steps and a jump. Picks up a bailout foul on Lyles. Third foul. So Rod Marthone goes back to the free throw line. He just made 2 there a moment ago. And he's back again. 6 of 7. 7 of 8. Jaden McGrew checks in. Lyles checks out. Second free throw, also good. Kamara. McGrew. McDermott. Bevins inside. A little jump hook in the lane won't go, and Miles with a rebound. I believe that'll be rebound number 10 for Miles. Marthone down the lane, lays it up and in. That's just easy. Central's working really hard to get a shot off, and Marthone just drives the lane and lays it up. He's got 22 in the game. Central's got 31 as a team. Brown to the hoop, fouled. Corey Reeves, his third foul. The park coach on the bench said, I can hear it all the way over here. Yes, that's a foul. Because I guess Reeves was shaking his head that he didn't do anything, and the coach wasn't buying any part of that. His third personal foul. His 15 points will exit in just a second. Brown with 12 in the game. Misses the first. Central 3 of 7. They have shot 7 free throws. Park has shot 17 free throws. Second one is good. 24-point Park lead. Here comes pressure from the Eagles. Hausman right down the lane, lays it up and in. Hausman with his 4th point of the ball game. Brown. McDermott. He's going to drive to the basket. Tries to get it to Bevins. Turned over. Hausman runs the floor. Misses the dunk. Hudson gets it back to Hausman, who's back in bounds from being out of bounds, lays it up and in, and it's 6. Marcus Anthony up off the bench. 28-point advantage. Kamara in the lane. Jumper won't go. Bevins with a rebound. Kamara, unside, puts it up too hard. McGrew with the ball, can't get it to go. That's the story of the game right there for the Eagles. 3 shots at it from less than 4 feet and can't score. Marthone fouled. Jonathan Brown, his 3rd personal foul, and a timeout called.
Timeout, Central Methodist.
As it was 45-28, so the Eagles have been outscored 15-4 so far in the first 4 minutes and 11 seconds of this period. Park on the season averages 78.4 points. They're at 60, and we played 24 minutes of basketball so far. The Eagles average 69 points per ball game, and they have 32 right now. I know this has been a very frustrating period for Coach Jeff Sherman, as this tends to happen almost every ball game where they go into a drought scoring-wise, and then you have a couple of players that press trying to force the issue and throw up some shots that probably don't need to be put up at that point in time. So he's just trying to find a combination somewhere of players that can defend and can score. So it's Jonathan Brown, Bevins, Anthony, Fisher, and Kamara. Williams, Williamson, Hudson, Miles, and Marthone. That's Hudson with the ball. He stepped out of bounds. He's looking around to see if the out-of-bounds line moved somewhere on him because he didn't think he was that close to it, but he did. He stepped out of bounds. So Anthony made a 3 in the first half. Kamara. Fisher going to try and get to the hoop. Puts it up, can't get it to go. Bevins with a rebound. Misses the short chippy again. Shot chart's just going to be astronomical inside for the Eagles as they can't hit a short shot. They've missed 4 or 5 here in the last minute and a half of play. It's a jump ball. It'll be out of bounds. Central ball underneath their own basket. We've played 4.5 minutes, and Central has 4 points here in this half. Rivers. Anthony. Brown steps around. Jumper on the way. Comes up short. Kamara had the rebound. It goes off of him and out of bounds. Kamara and Bevins both with 8 rebounds. 28-point advantage. Williams, Miles, Marthone. Marthone with 22 in the ball game. Average is 19, so he's already above his average. 3 on the way, no good, but a foul called on Fisher after the shot, or in the shot, and it'll be 3 free throws for Blake Williams. Don't know who Coach Sherman, if he's barking at the official or he's barking at a player about that was ridiculous. I have a suspicion it's a player. First free throw missed. Second free throw missed. Hat trick for Blake Williams. Nope, makes 1 out of 3. It's up to a 29-point advantage for Park. Kamara. Fisher looking for something. Finds Brown. He doesn't handle it cleanly. He had a 3 lined up, but didn't handle the pass. Anthony. Now Brown's got a 3. Steps inside. 2 shot on the way. Won't go. Bevins over the top with a rebound. Fisher in the corner. Going to drive. Spin. Anthony in the corner. 3 on the way and good. Marcus Anthony with back-to-back point. Well, he's got two threes in the ball game. He's got 6. Marthone. Anthony, a freshman from Jeff City. Williams. Or that's Hudson, rather. Marthone. Coach Klein yells for everybody to get out of the way. Let Marthone go to the basket. He does. Misses the shot. He's fouled. Jacob Moore getting ready to check in. Fouls on Bevins, his first foul. Marthone 8 for 9 from the free throw line, 22 points. 9 for 10. Look to see what he's shooting on the season. He is a 67% free throw shooter. He is well above that. He's a 90% shooter tonight. He's 9 of 10. Ten of 11, 24 points. The lead's back up to 28. Fisher, Brown, Kamara, Anthony. Moore's got it sealed off inside, but can't do anything about it. Fisher to the hoop, can't get it to go as it rolls out. And the basket continues to have a lid on it on the central end. Marthone to the hoop. Hudson on the baseline, puts it up and in. Hudson's got 4 points in the ball game. It's back to a 30-point advantage. Kamara, 8 points in the game for him off that bank shot, and there's a foul in the backcourt by Fisher. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. I know he's got the ball in his hands all the time, but I might want to foul somebody else. He's 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Surely he'll miss one soon. Nope. Corey Reeves back in. And a player goes down. That's Hausman. Trips over the official on the side. Hausman back in. Reeves comes back in with 15 points. Marthone's got 25. He's got one more free throw as they're cleaning up perspiration off the floor, just out of bounds in front of the park bench. Coach Klein doing the work over there. We've still got 13 minutes to go. 66 points scored so far. Second one rolls around and good as well. Kamara, Central has to work hard, and offense is pushed out well beyond the three-point line. Fisher. Anthony, another 3 on the way from him, no good. Reeves with a rebound, gets a 2. That's almost the kind of night it's been. Got it to Hausman, who lost control of it and almost bounced it in off of the miss. Kamara's missed a couple of times inside. Going to get this one to go. And a foul called. Hausman with the foul, his second. 10 points for Kamara. And a free throw. First free throw of the night for Fodi Kamara. Comes up short, tipped around, back out to Anthony. 3 on the way by Fisher, no good. And Williamson with the rebound. Marthone misses a shot, stops the press, but there's a rebound was to Moore, but he lost control of it, and Marthone puts it back up and in. He's got 28 now. Anthony to the basket, gets the roll to go over Hausman. He's got 8 in the ball game. Reeves with it. Puts it up, won't go, foul called. Marcus Anthony with the foul, his second. Team foul number 8 already on the Eagles in this half. Reeves misses the first. It was a 1-and-1. That's all he gets. Brown to Kamara. Has a shot partially blocked. Kamara steals it away from Miles and lays it in. Reeves with Anthony on him. All alone in the corner. 3 on the way and good. Hudson with that. He's got 7 in the game. Fisher. Kamara wants to drive to the hoop. Can't get it to go. There's Jacob Moore on the rebound, puts it up and in. His first 2 points of the ball game. Miles, around it goes to Hudson, who just made a 3 from there. Misses this one, but Hausman with a rebound. Too hard, and Moore gets the board for Central. Kamara tracks down the pass. Backs in against Hudson, goes to the hoop. He'll be fouled as he goes. That's only team foul number 3, but it will be a shooting foul. So Fodi Kamara will go to the free throw line. Kamara 0 for 1 from the free throw line in the game. He's got 12 points and 10 rebounds. Bevins has 10 rebounds as well. First one is short, no good.
Substitution for the Pirates, number 20, Blake Williams.
4 of 10 for the Eagles from the free throw line. Several of Coach Sherman's post-game talks have been about the fact that they can't win if they're only going to score about 60 points. They're going to have to hustle to get to 60 in this one. Moore over the back, and that will send Miles to the free throw line on the other end. That's team foul number 9, so this will be the last 1-and-1. After that, it will be double bonus. That's Moore's first foul. Miles with 4 points. 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Makes the first one. 28-point advantage. Makes them both. 6 in the game for him. Marcus Anthony. Kamara. And a foul will be called, and I think that's going to go against Blake Williams. Kamara back at the free throw line.
Blake Williams, that foul his first. 14th foul for the Pirates at the line, shooting 2. Fodi Kamara.
Kamara with 2 free throws. Makes the first one. One for 4 from the free throw line for Kamara. 2 for 5. And a timeout called by Central, I believe. Shooting 62.5% on three-pointers. Central shooting 20% on threes. Hudson gets it into Marthome. Here comes pressure. Hudson again. Almost behind Marthone, but he gets the ball. As Reeves had it. Stolen. Here come the Eagles. Fisher to the hoop. Goes underneath. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds. Nice hustle play there by Miles as he kept the Eagles from the rebound put back. Brown. Kamara. Pump fake. Up and in. He's got 16. Miles. Marthome. Right to the hoop. Go through traffic. Moore looked like he got a lot of ball, but he also got a lot of body.
Foul on number 35, Jacob Moore. That foul, his
Second personal foul, and we're going to get a media timeout. So with that, we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break as well. We'll be back right after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
74-49, 9:55 to go in the second half of this ball game. Lady Eagles won their ball game earlier by a 93-67 score. Newcomer Darina Bakarova, for her first game as a Lady Eagle, first time being eligible to play, put in 24 points. Nana Massonet had 20 in the ball game. Coach Sherman taking advantage of every second of this timeout to do some coaching and some teaching on the sideline. Almost, yeah, there's the last buzzer. I was going to say almost daring the officials to come over and say something. Marthome at the line. He's got 28 points. Mega 29. Average is 19. He's got 30. He is 14 of 15 from the free throw line. And there is a steal. Down. Went for the dunk almost and then gave it up. Corey Reeves, he's got 17 in the ball game. That's his first non-three-point basket. Brown. Reeves on him. Anthony tries to find his way to the hoop, loses the handle on it. Fisher bails him out by picking it up. Kills his dribble a long way away. 7 on the shot clock. Kamara inside, can't get it to go. 2 Park players battle for it. Anthony on the bottom of the pile. I think he's the one who touched the ball while being out of bounds. Quez Williamson back in. Phil Cicero into the ball game. First appearance of the night for him, for the Eagles. As Marcus Anthony checks out. Cicero will bring the ball in. Brown. Fisher. Zone defense now by Park. Fisher in the corner, wanted to go for a 3, got hung up in the air, ends up giving it to Marthone, who goes to the hoop, lays it up and in. As soon as all of my stats update just a little bit, we'll get you the number. There. Austin Fisher with his first 2 points of the ball game. Only has Central down for 11 turnovers. They had 9 at the half. I think that's being generous. Marthome. Just running clock down the lane. Comes up a little short. Jacob Moore with the rebound. Ahead to Fisher. 8:13 to go. Fisher pulls up for a three. Marthome on the other end. Takes it to the hoop. Going to be fouled and go to the free throw line. He just attacks the basket. Either gets it basket and or gets a foul. Marthome. 32 points in the game. 33 points in the game.
Substitution for the Eagles, number 12, Jeff Salmon.
15 of 16. Jeff Salmon into the ball game for the Eagles. His first appearance of the night. I keep saying the numbers thinking of Marthome will miss a free throw. He doesn't. 16 of 17. He has shot 16 of 17 free throws. Central is 6 of 13. So he has more free throw attempts than Central does as a team. Brown. Kamara wants to go to the hoop. Steps through, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Going to go back at it again. Cicero with it. Off of a foot. Kamara almost loses a handle on it. Gets it back out. 9 on the shot clock. Brown going to go strong to the hole. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Kamara with another rebound. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Kamara with another rebound and finally gets it to go. 18 points for him. Reeves. And this is Baptiste into the game, and Brown with a foul, as they're going to rack up fouls.
Eagle foul, number 20, Jonathan Brown. That foul his fourth.
That's foul number 22 on the Eagles in this ball game. There you go. There's somebody to foul. Trey Meany into the ball game. Kamara will check out. So Salmon a three-point shooter. Meany a three-point shooter. Coach Sherman looks for something to generate some offense. Brown will check out. Marcus Anthony will check in. Anthony comes back with 8 points in the ball game. The only other player on the floor that has scored is Jacob Moore with 2. Anthony looks for a Salmon in the corner for a three-pointer. Doesn't have one there. Cicero, he's going to pull up for a three and hits it. Phil Cicero. Williamson to Baptiste to Reeves. Off of his foot, tracks it down. Back to Williamson. Going to get a pick from Miles. Gives it to Miles instead. Baptiste all the way over into the corner. Nice catch down there by Williams. Shot put up. It looks like Miles will go to the free throw line. He's got 6 in the game. Jacob Moore, third personal foul. Miles in the ball game. Rolls in. 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Park is 26 of 34. They've shot 34 free throws. Central has shot 13. Cicero attacks again to the hoop, puts it up, can't get it to go. Reeves with a rebound. Baseball pass ahead to Williamson. Baptiste on the far side. Miles spins on Moore to the hoop, lays it up and in. 10 points for him. 3 players in double figures for Park. 87-56 with 6 minutes to go. Anthony misses the little jumper in the lane. Williamson to Reeves. Bullet pass inside. Won't go as Williams missed the shot, knocked out of bounds. Ponomarenko into the ball game. Hope he doesn't score a whole lot. I don't want to say that name too many times for Park. Along with Hudson. There's Salmon. He's got a 3 in the air. No good. Williamson with a rebound. Baptiste on the run. Bumps into Moore. No foul called. Ponomarenko with the rebound. He's from Olathe, Kansas. I was looking to see what foreign country he was from. Miles puts it up and in. Williamson, rather. He's got 10 points. That's the 4th player in double figures for Park. Meany. Baptiste. Cicero now with it. Anthony tries a 3. Can't get it to go. Ponomarenko with the rebound. And Williamson with the ball with under 5 to go. 89 points for Park. If they wanted to push the envelope, they could probably get to 100. There's Hudson from the corner. Moore with a rebound. Anthony pushes the ball up the court. Into the corner. Cicero has a 3. Misses that one. Just grazed the rim on the way by. And Baptiste with the rebound. Baptiste. Williamson. Step back. 3 in the air. Won't go. Foul over the back. And that will be on Williams.
Fouls on the Pirates, number 20, Blake Williams. That foul his second into the contest. For the Pirates, number 13,
Chino Arce in from the bench from Idaho. Anthony tries to pass it in the corner to Salmon. It's a wayward pass that goes out of bounds. Fisher's going to check back in.
contest for the Eagles, number 3, Austin Fisher.
Anthony will check out. Chino Arce. Hudson. Baptiste. Williams. 3 on the way. No good. Williams with a rebound. 3:43 to go. Williams against Arce to the basket. Can't get it to go. Story of the game. In close. Can't get it. Arce. Baptiste has got a 3. No good. Fisher with a rebound, and we go end to end without any scoring. Moore. Fisher puts it up and in. He's got 4 points in the ball game. 31-point lead. Ponomarenko with a miss. Cicero with a rebound. Comes up the floor, loses a handle on it, gets it to Salmon, who loses a handle on it. Baptiste has it. This is Hudson. Lays it up and in. He's got 9.
Substitutions for the Pirates, number 1,
Levi Wiley into the ball game. And that timeout is called just to get some people on the floor. And number 11, Jared Larson into the ball game. Start the clock, please. Start the clock. They say 2:49 on the game clock. That's not what they want because they're going to continue to look at it. 2:52 is what they put back on the game clock. Fisher. 3 on the way. No good. Baptiste with a rebound. Jimmy Washington Jr. getting ready to check in for the Eagles. Arce. Baptiste. Cuts through, loses the handle on the ball, goes out of bounds.
Substitution for number 13, Washington Jr.
Washington checks in. Moore checks out. Wiley gets it in to Baptiste. Arce. Back to Wiley. Whistle blows. And an offensive foul called. That goes on Baptiste. Meany, Fisher, Cicero, Washington, and Salmon on the floor. Fisher tries to go to the hoop, puts it up and in. He's got 6. And a blocking foul is called on Trey Meany. And Baptiste will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good. First free throw of the season, it says, for him. 2:04 to go. Second free throw also good. 2 points for him from that trip to the line and 2 points in the ball game. 93-60. Salmon, Cicero, Washington, Matheny, or Meany, not Matheny. Well, I want to see him shoot a 3. Salmon's got a 3 spotted up and hits it. Jeff Salmon. Back to 30 points. Wiley with a 3. Draws nothing and goes out of bounds. Levi Wiley. Wiley from Stanchfield, Minnesota. One player from Missouri on their roster. Jimmy Washington Jr. misses the little jump hook in the lane. Arce out with it. 3 on the way by Larson, no good. Salmon with a rebound. Cicero, we got 1 minute left. Cicero pulls for a 3, can't get it to go. Washington inside. Baptiste with just a grab and hold, as that's team foul number 7. The Eagles have committed 24 fouls to 11. Far Park. Washington looking for his first point of the ball game. Hits his free throw. 7 of 14 on the night for Central. 14 attempts as opposed to 35. 15 and 35, so 20 more attempts. Far Park. And they have made 27 as opposed to 7 or 8. Jumper no good. Salmon had it, loses it to Baptiste, and he scores. Fisher had Cicero down the row, didn't pass it to him. Goes underneath for a scoop shot, doesn't get it to go. Washington knocks it away from Wiley and puts it up and in. Under 30 to go. Arce. Wiley's got another 3. He's got the rim on that one. Fisher, after the rebound by Cicero, lays it up and in. He's got 8. And now Park can just dribble it out if they want and have the final score be 95-69. So Central scores their average on the season for points. And Park goes over theirs by 20 points or so. 95-69 is the final score. Leading scorer for Central, Cody Famara with 18. And Jonathan Brown with 13, only players in double figures. Rod Marthone with 34. Corey Reeves with 17, 10 points for Quez Williamson, and 10 points for Ernest Miles III. So that'll be your final score, 95-69 from Puckett Fieldhouse. This is Charlie Brown. Thanks for watching. Be back with us next week when we're back here for action against Mount Mercy. Thanks for watching.